what's up?
I've been noticing that there hasn't been a lot of celebrity interviews that aren't podcast coded. I've also noticed that there's a lot of ex-athletes and old rappers that are going the podcast route. And although I do think that these interviews can be interesting, I've noticed that this has become the new way that celebrities are doing interviews. Live streams and podcasts have become the new promo in the entertainment industry, and it makes sense. Live streamers like Kai Cenat and Adin Ross have a crazy fan base that does attract a guaranteed millions of viewers. The appearances are usually lighthearted and fun and does allow for celebrities to be more personable and show their actual personalities without feeling like they're being hounded about their personal lives. The conversation does flow better, creating an unserious atmosphere that increases comfortability, but also there isn't any regulations, so they could say the craziest stuff without worrying about disrupting a relationship with the company. There aren't any internal affairs that can really stop your career if you say something crazy on the platform. Katy Perry was just recently on the Call Her Daddy podcast, and this is the most personable, lighthearted interview that I have ever seen from her.
One of my love languages is acts of service. So it's like if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your socked. I mean, like, literally, that is my love language. I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari. Just do the dishes.
I'm obsessed.
I will suck your It's not easy.
And at least she's having fun with it. And then the topic with Dr. Luke comes up and people have some things to say. Dr. Luke is the music industry's most known writer, producer, and hitmaker. He's responsible for so many notable tracks in Katy's career, like her first hit single, I Kissed a Girl, and her most popular songs on Teenage Dream like California Girls, E.T., and Last Friday Night. He is the guy behind Katy Perry's career peak, but it's what he did to Kesha that left a bad taste in public opinion. Dr. Luke is responsible for Kesha's career. At one point, Kesha was a powerhouse everywhere, and her career as the pop rock sleaze was everything and more. In 2014, Kesha sued Dr. Luke for drugging and graping her, and he countersued her, claiming that she made it up and defamed him. Kesha also became one of the main figures of the Me Too movement, wanting justice for the wrongdoings done upon her, but also affirming that she couldn't remember everything that happened, as it did happen in the beginning of her career 9 years prior when she sued. But she did attest that not everything was peachy moving forward, claiming he psychologically tormented her throughout their working relationship. She said he was critical of her weight, belittled her voice, and lorded his power over her career. For a decade, she suffered his abuse that led to an eating disorder. Her claims did damage his reputation for a moment, but because he has a good track record for hits, it did stop his industry affairs temporarily, but eventually everything was kind of brushed under the rug. Artists still continue to work with him like Kim Petras, Nicki Minaj, Doja Cat, City Girls, Lil Durk, virtually the industry. Katy at one point stopped working with him and distanced herself from his drama. But for this new era in her life, she decided to rekindle their relationship. From a career standpoint, it made sense to move back to a period where he helped her career the most. Teenage Dream will forever be a monumental era in Katy's career, and she wanted to recapture the former glory as a veteran artist. She collabed with him on the song Woman's World, which was a complete flop. And some people are just like, if you're gonna go back to your original roots, at least make sure you can get a hit out of it. Vulture writer Justin Curto argues the song takes a level of cognitive dissonance to sing about strength and sisterhood over a beat co-produced by an alleged rapist. So just like the charts, the critics weren't really thrilled about the song either, as her rollout already started coming with problems. So when Katy went on the Call Her Daddy podcast and was asked about working with Dr. Luke, this was her response.
I do want to ask you about one collaborator in particular. I know a lot of people have expressed disappointment and were really upset that you decided to involve Dr. Luke on this album. Why did you choose to work with him?
Look, I understand that it started a lot of conversations, and he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. But the reality is it comes from me. The truth is I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. And he was one of the people to help facilitate all that, one of the writers, one of the producers. And I am speaking from my own experience. Like when I speak about Woman's World, I speak about feeling so empowered now as a mother, as a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a brain, a heart. I created a whole ass heart and I did it and I'm still doing it and I'm still a matriarch and feeling really grounded in that. That's where I'm speaking from.
Yeah.
And so I created all of this with several different collaborators, people that I've collaborated with from the past, from Teenage Dream era, all of that.
Which wasn't really much of a response. I don't even know what she was talking about, but people started questioning why celebrities are doing interviews with people who don't know how to interview. A real journalist would have asked her follow-up questions, or at least questioned what her response actually meant. We're reaching a period where real interviews don't necessarily need to happen. Are there still interviews happening? Yes, but is it becoming less of a necessity? Yes. Before, outlets would do celebrity interviews whether the celebrity wanted to or not, but because that was the only form of promo, they really had no choice. Which also left room for a lot of disrespect. You had Toni Braxton crying on Oprah, Britney Spears, who was constantly disrespected, and pre-legendary Beyonce on Wendy Williams.
Appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show in March of '98.
Please welcome Toni Braxton.
She's so freaking mean to me. I was in shock.
Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this.
She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware.
You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it. What do you mean? And immediately, she made me feel this big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down.
I had a year that would test a lot of people. Illness in the family, a breakup, this spasm of publicity about what happened from Mexico to London.
It was pretty rough, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Ah, weird. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello. Ew. Strong Brittany. Yeah, it was a weird time. Ew. I'm embarrassed. Can we?
Diane Sawyer had you crying on television earlier.
Yeah, she did.
Don't you think they could edit that stuff out a little bit?
I know, right? She's a great lady, but I mean, that was her mission in those interviews, to make people cry, and I'm really kind of upset that I kind of broke like that, but it's all good. You know, we're human. And stuff happens sometimes, but yeah, she's a little hardcore. She's very good at, like, I'm your friend. I'm gonna be so nice to you, and then she grills you big time, and you're like, okay, enough already. But anyways,
you know, it's
she's
really,
a cool lady.
it's not.
That's why we were so successful, because we worked so hard and for no money.
Because I had heard at one point that you all, you know, Destiny's Beyonce and the girls, that you all weren't allowed to perform and do a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry, can you please not call us Beyonce and the girls?
I have to.
That is definitely an insult to Kelly and Michelle.
No, I like them, but the attention stays on you.
Even the Kardashians got the butt of this, and in my opinion, the last of the crazy interviews to happen are Kelly.
You don't really act, you don't sing, you don't dance, you don't have any, forgive me, any talent.
But we're still entertaining people. I think it's more of a challenge for you to go on a reality show and get people to fall in love with you for being you. So there is definitely a lot more pressure, I think, to be famous for being ourselves than to play a character.
But I don't think we disagree.
Like, none of us think we have talents. Like, none of us think we could sing or act or dance.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Don't get me wrong though, I think that interviews with real journalists have been left for more serious topics, like when Justin Bieber was talking about his drug use and depression, and when Megan went on Gayle King to talk about the night with Tory. But in the full circle of things, it just seems like it's just celebrities interviewing celebrities now. For example, Shannon Sharp has had the best interviews of 2023 and 2024. The interviews with Cat Williams and Amanda Seales drew a whole bunch of controversy, but I think the interviews could have been better if Shannon had the capabilities to keep up. Now walk with me. Shannon acknowledges he's more of a conversationalist and not a real journalist. But if you watch Cat Williams' interview, the amount of tea that could have been spilled even more if Shannon knew how to ask the right follow-up questions, it could have went crazier than how it actually did. Cause you could see it all in Cat's face. He's not stupid, but he went on Shannon's show on Demon Time and he was willing to spill way more tea if the opportunity was presented to him. But there weren't any follow-ups because Shannon didn't know what to do. He didn't know that Cat was gonna go so hard. He was shocked just like the rest of us, which left room for rambling. Like I said, Cat isn't stupid. He had an agenda and he did what he wanted to do, but there could have been potential for more. With Amanda Seales, she was saying a lot that I don't necessarily think Shannon could really comprehend. Amanda Seales comes off very strong, but she is a very intelligent woman that can hold her own. But not everyone can fully understand her or where she's coming from. During the interview, there was small moments of hostility and uncomfortableness. I think at one point she even tap danced.
Your mom is white.
My mother is not white. Why do people keep saying my mother is white?
She's West Indian, so...
She is a black woman from Grenada, which is a black island.
She married a white man.
No, she did not.
Hold up, y'all. This part right here.
I lost the job because I was answering yes or no questions.
How you lose a job if you answer yes or no? Because you added.
Because they were emailing me, asking me yes or no questions.
Okay.
And my responses were... Yes.
Yes.
And?
No.
And then finally I got an email that said, you know what, we decided to go with somebody else because by your responses,
Too
it
many
seems
times.
like you're not interested.
Too many times.
Well, you say answer yes or no.
So now you understand me. It took us a little bit, but you're here. So
they wanted you to say, yes, I would love to have the job because I think this is an amazing opportunity for me and I just love this company. I think you...
What? Dance, nigga.
Get out there and dance, nigga.
Dance, nigga. That's what they be want, man. What?
Do it to each other.
To each other.
Like, she cannot be serious, but she is, and Shannon wasn't the person that could fully hold her to the fire when it came to the topics being discussed. Either way, I've noticed the shift, and I think it's a lack of trust that celebrities began to have with publications regarding what they say. They don't always want to feel like they're walking on eggshells, so they see this new outlet as the easier route. We can talk a lot about DJ Vlad, and rightfully so. I promise, rightfully so. But you know what Vlad does? He gets the info whether people notice they're giving it or not. He does do research and he does ask the right questions, no matter how stupid it is to give it to him. That's how he's able to keep up his videos for so long. He does what a journalist needs to do. But I'm gonna leave the rest to you guys. Do you believe that celebrities are scared to do real interviews? Let me know in the comments and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Toodles.